Are you ready for some unindoctrination? I hope that you are. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Nice to see you here. I know it's a holiday weekend. I probably shouldn't have made a bunch of videos on a holiday weekend, but I just couldn't help myself. And this thing, it's the, here we go again, right? I'm going to try right after the show to find a camera that I can actually adjust and stuff. And I've never done this on the fly. What would happen if I tried to do this on the fly? Well, look at that. We just switched cameras completely on the fly. How about that? And if I move to one side, it might even make it a little bit better. Look at that. Now we're getting some real stuff here. We're getting some stuff here. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to come on here tonight and set a few things straight, because there's a few things that need setting straight, if you know what I mean. It's nice to see Tracy Dyer in the house. Sorch's Tarot, Two Trees, RETT, Lionel, Matt, Annie, everybody filing in. Good to see you. And I became aware of something today. I was sitting out in the sun between times of podcast excellence, and something. May, are you from May 1? Are you from Pharaoh? That's Pharaoh's greeting. So nice to see you. But anyway, I was sitting there and I realized that something was going on that somebody needs to talk about. And I'm the one that probably should talk about it. And let's talk about MISTech, Schumann resonance, blood, subtle body, EMF. It's the best. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the store and order your MISTech. Get a full 20% off only when you order from our store. And it's really, really good stuff. So I realized that there's this whole genre on YouTube now of these people that call themselves Christian truthers. Of course, they're not, because there's no such thing. And we've been showing that very, very clearly. But there's this whole genre of people that want to say they're Christian truthers. And now there's this whole genre of, well, we don't believe Paul. We just believe the rest of the Bible, but we don't believe Paul. We got a lot of these people, pretenders, that are now on the false Apostle Paul boat these days. And most of them that are on this boat criticize me. But I thought it would be nice if I come on and remind you, I'm the captain of this damn boat. I launched this damn boat. I started this party way back in 2013 with this book. I started this party with this book, Apostle Paul Antichrist, published in 2013. Before I wrote this, there was no false Apostle Paul genre. There were no false Apostle Paul gurus. There were no false Apostle Paul preachers. I started this shit. I'm the one. And they are complaining about me. My critics are my creations. My critics are my creations. I created this shit. I wrote the book. I'm the one George Norrie says Daugherty delivers innovation, talent, and bravery. I started this shit. Me. I started it. I fought my way on the Coast to Coast AM telling this Apostle Paul, false Apostle Paul story to millions of people while most of these bitches weren't even woke yet. I'm trying to beat them and then save them. Most of these bitches weren't even woke yet when I wrote that book. Most of these bitches weren't even woke yet when I was on Coast to Coast AM. Most of these bitches weren't even woke yet when I was sitting in a little less than single wide trailer, just having left $100,000 a year plus job eating Walmart hot dogs and ramen noodles so I could afford to do this full time because I had a passion for the truth. And now these silly bitches walking the trail that I blazed, talking shit about me. That is ridiculous. I pioneered this message on YouTube. I took all the arrows because the pioneers take all the arrows. I am the OG. That's right. I am the OG. Me. I'm the original gangsta. Right here. I'm the one that started this whole shit. 2013. That's 7 years ago. I started it. And they talk about me. My critics are my creations. I studied it out, and they have all had it easy. They stand on my shoulders, building their little kingdoms and spitting on me from up there. I blaze the trail they walk on. I have taken the message to its logical conclusion, and they're afraid to. I've taken the message to its logical conclusion, and they are too much of babies to. And they are making dollar-driven decisions. Because the ultimate logical conclusion of this message is Paul was wrong. He wrote 2/3 of the New Testament. The New Testament's wrong. The Bible's wrong. We got to go somewhere else for truth. That's the message. But when you preach that message, even though you started this message, you got 44,000. And if you'll mix it a little bit, if you'll slice it a little bit, if you'll dice it a little bit, if you'll polish it a little bit, if you'll lie a little bit, if you'll cheat a little bit, if you'll steal a little bit, if you'll smile a little bit, if you'll tell a few lies, if you'll not tell a few truths, you can have 60, 70, 80, 90, 200,000 subscribers. Because if you can just not say anything to make the cross-clingers let go of your message, you can make a whole lot of money and have a whole lot of subscribers. They're trying to do everything they can not to offend the cross-clingers that are clinging to their message, and I go around stomping on fingers. Because this is a movement. This is a new party, like a political party. This is a new way of doing things. This is a transformation. This is a movement. And the great temptation always is when somebody starts a great movement like this, there's always people that will come in, compromisers, halfwayers, lukewarmers, bitches that will take a message that's creating a movement and then they'll compromise it a little bit so they can still keep one foot in each world and they can keep cashing checks and stacking G's and loading up on subscribers. But I just thought you ought to know that I started this genre. I started this Paul as a false apostle. You didn't see any of that shit 2013, none. We brought it to YouTube. We brought it to Coast AM. We brought it to the conventions. We brought it and made it a message and made it a movement and made it a genre and made it a thing. And these little greasy bitches grab onto it, talk me down. They are my creations, and yet they are my critics. They really should give me a little respect. Compromise is profitable. And they talk about me, but how many of them will debate me? Let's see. Let's add it up. Oh, yeah, it's 0. And I got a little message for you. Don't go against the OG it's a big mistake. Because sooner or later, the OG will prevail. It's like my dad used to tell me. My dad used to tell me that it makes me laugh just to think about it. My dad used to tell me that old age and trickery will defeat youth and skill 9 out of 10 times. And it's the truth. It's the truth. We will prevail because the compromised always fail. We will prevail, ladies and gentlemen. We originated this movement, and we will keep this movement going, and we will keep this movement pure, and we will keep this movement solid, and we will keep it going forward, and it will get to its rightful place. Sometimes it takes a little time for the cream to rise to the top, but it always does. And sometimes it takes a little time for all them rabbits that are running on the trail that we already blazed to get tired and to get found out. But guess what? It's all right. We will prevail. I am the OG. I am the captain of this ship. I'm the one that created this genre. And all these critics, they're my creations. And I just wanted to make sure they knew it. And I just want to make sure somebody said it so it's on the record. And I got a little something to share too with these people, because most of these people are the same people that need to see this little message right here. Most of these people are the same kind of people that need to see this message right here. And I want to show this because it's very, very important. And it comes from the same people that criticize me are the same people that are doing this BS right here. And not this stupid ad, which I've seen so many times. I hate it. I do. I hate this ad. And now I can't get rid of it. So I missed my headline. But President Trump is establishing a panel to review complaints of anti-conservative bias on social media, according to people familiar with the matter, in a move that will likely draw pushback from technology companies and others. Left-wing bias in the tech world is a concern that definitely needs to be addressed from our vantage point, and it's at least expected so that Americans have clear eyes to know what we're dealing about. And this is what President Trump just put out on Twitter back on May 16th. By all of these same people that criticize me, and again, my critics are my creation, all these same people that criticize me, they whine, they moan, they cry, they bitch about me and about this president. And while they whine and cry and moan and bitch and spread fear porn all the live long day, I am spreading this message that they are parroting, and we are establishing it as the next big thing. And the president that they bitch, complain, and moan about is actually doing some work to help these silly, greasy bitches, and they don't even know good enough to shut up. President Donald Trump says the radical left is in total command and control of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google, which includes YouTube. Do you think maybe the reason why these same people that criticize me are constantly criticizing this president, do you think that maybe it's because they're part of the radical left? Do you ever think it's maybe because they're paid by the radical left? They're getting laid by the radical left? They're getting played by the radical left? And that's why they're against this president? The administration is working to remedy this illegal situation. Stay tuned and send names and events. And you know I've done it and will continue to do it. Thank you, President Trump says. So while these so-called Christian truthers, and there is no such thing, that's a hypocritical lie, while they complain and bitch and moan about the president, he's actually trying to do something to help their stupid asses. And while they bitch and complain and moan about me, I'm doing stuff to end their stupid asses. We started this message and we'll finish it. We started this genre and we'll lead it. We started this party and we are going to fight for our right to party. This is the real thing. This is the OG up here. And we are going to see this thing through to the very end. Compromise can't take us nowhere. Halfway measures can't take us nowhere. Babies can't take us nowhere. Liars can't take us nowhere. Cheaters can't take us nowhere. Stick with the original. Stick with the genuine article. Stick with the real thing. And we will win this day. I guarantee you. I've been around since 2013, and I'm saying the same thing today that I was way back then. These other channels can't go 6 months without becoming somebody different. I know one of the problems with being the original gangsta is that you're the old gangsta, but that's okay. I'm okay with old. I'm 57 years old now as of yesterday, but I feel ready. I feel rested, and I feel ready to keep on fighting the fight and keep on taking it to the enemy, keep on leading this battle, and keep on leading this genre, keep on leading this party. We started the Apostle Paul Antichrist message. This is still the home of the real Apostle Paul Antichrist message, and we're the only ones that have the guts, that have the tenacity, that have the integrity, and have the brass balls, baby, to get it done and take it till the very end and finish it up right. We started it. And I guarantee you, we're going to finish it. And we're going to finish it right. Don't mess with the OG, because you're going to lose. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, the original Apostle Paul Antichrist, false Apostle Paul gangsta. Locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll. Just getting started, 10 foot tall and bulletproof, wall to wall, coast to coast, border to border, treetop tall and ready to fall on you. If you want to mess with the OG, don't do it. We're just getting started. We started this party, and we're going to crank it up. And I'm encouraging you to keep asking questions. Keep questioning answers. You're the last generation of real humans, and that's how you unindoctrinate yourself. We started it. We're going to finish it. Hang on, cousins. Hold on tight, because we're about ready to blast this bitch off again. And that, I promise you, and I guarantee it.